The Cat Kingdom was a place for cats to live in peace and happiness. Everyone knew each other, respected each other, and not even one soul lived in fear. One day, their queen, Lucky the cat, was being threatened by their rival king, Ethan the cat, after she refused to marry him. She fled from the kingdom to the mystic ruins to seek refuge, but she went inside the temple and made her way to the center, where the ancient ruin was at. Over the years, Lucy was studying all of the ancient ruins. She hadn't been read that a person could read magic melody and used it to activate the shrine-like object. She walked up to the reed-like textiles, and they said that the ancient ruin could summon the Tekka or chaos because of this. Lucy summoned the transversive flute and began to play with the mystic melody. All of a sudden, a flash of light appeared right in front of her. It dimmed down on arrival upon the priest named Tekka and a mutant child named Chaos. Yes, greatest, you highness, Tekka said, bowing down to Lucy. Chaos did the same thing. What can we do for you? She asked. Dear Tekka, I'm at my wit's end, Lucy said, lowering her hood down from her cloak. My rival king for another kingdom wanted me to marry him. However, I refused to do so. He told me that if I continued to resist his hand in marriage, then I would be executed. I don't know what to do. Feeling sympathetic for the queen, Tekka decided to give her one advice. You know you have that necklace, she said. Lucy held her necklace and looked at it. Yes, she answered. This was given by my mother before she passed away. Tekka walked over to her and explained. Well, your mother wished that you and your powers would protect you from evil. One of them is your necklace. My necklace? Lucy asked. What good would my necklace even do? Well, you see, Lucy, Tekka began, your mother came here to wish for a symbol of protection from those who tried to do you wrong. Lucy couldn't believe what the precise of it said. She did? She asked. Of course. I gave her this necklace so she could give you protection, Tekka answered. You could also use it to seal the souls of who did you wrong. Lucy was happy to hear of the news, and she wanted to wish another necklace in the case if she was more in danger. Tekka, if I were to have more than one daughter, I wish to have a mother necklace that would act like the one I have around my neck, she said. Tekka smiled and then said, your wish is granted, Chaos. Yes, the magic used the power to use the identified necklace Lucy had, placed inside the back black case and handed to Tekka. Then she handed to Lucy, who bowed down for the two of them. Thank you, Tekka and Chaos, she said. May this day be my kingdom will have a brighter future. Lucy then put the blood on the left of the temple and then returned to her kingdom to remove that rival king from existence. Back at the Cat Kingdom, Ethan the cat was announcing his speech for the people resident inside. He said, Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say a few words. If your queen Lucy the cat does not accept my proposal to be my wife and queen, she will be executed and you will all be my slaves. Everyone became worried for the queen's sake and their future. Not on my watch, someone announced. The audience turned their heads to see Lucy riding her horse. They were happy to see their queen return from her journey. Why, Lucy, Ethan said. What splendid surprise to see you. He made his way down to his entrance of the castle to greet her. Although I was expecting to see you sooner, he said, but there's still enough time to change your mind. As soon as he came across Lucy, Ethan hugged her close to him against her will. Marry me, Lucy, he said lovingly. Let us rule this kingdom with abomination and riches. You can have everything and anything you want. However, Lucy felt disgusted by his words, so she pushed him away, which caused him to fall to the ground. Don't try to talk to me into this, Ethan, Lucy demanded. What? Ethan exclaimed. You have no idea you desire for money. You only want to marry me for my money? Lucy explained. In addition, you just wanted to rule this kingdom to bully and rule these poor people who are in need of living. I give them this kingdom to live a happy life and keep them safe. Arranged, Ethan stood up and walked towards Lucy. I'm disappointed in you, Lucy, he said, grabbing her by the arms. No one turns down King Ethan. I am going to have you as my wife and my queen, whatever you like it or not. He then slapped her across the face and pushed her down to the ground. The queen felt very hurt by the slap. She then remembered the necklace could seal the mean spirit. As soon as she remembered, her necklace began to glow. She then held it up close and got up her feet. "King Ethan," Lucy began, "as punishment for invading this kingdom with the potential of stealing riches, you are banished from existence." Lucy held the glowing necklace out, and at that very moment, Ethan began to glow as well. He realized that he was being sucked inside the queen's necklace. He tried to fight it by grabbing onto the pillar. However, he was unsuccessful because the power was much too strong. He could let go of it if given a moment. And in an instant, Ethan then swirled down around Lucy until he reached inside the necklace. After it stopped glowing, the queen stood right in front of her people and announced, "And it's all right, my people. King Ethan will not rule this kingdom." With this arrogance and his selfishness, everyone cheered for the queen's triumph. Roughly 2 years later, Lucy married a villager named Joseph the Cat and gave birth to twins. However, she feared that her husband would kill one of the twins because both of them were girls. Their names are Lavinia and Katerina, and she had her maid Nancy brought up for them from Tycho and Chaos. Tycho suggested that Nancy could be Katerina's legal guardian as a way to protect her from Joseph. As a result, Lucy handed her maid back the black case containing a necklace. "I think it's best if you should give her one of these necklaces to these little angels on their first birthday," Nancy said. "Of course, my friend," Lucy agreed. "Do you protect my little girl as much as you can?" "I will, my dear," Nancy said. "I promise." They shared a long hug before parting ways. A year after her birth, Lavinia was learning to walk. She then learned to walk all the way to the toy box and falling onto the floor. Instead of shedding a tear, baby Lavinia laughed and clapped her hands with joy. Her mother walked towards her and picked her up. "You did amazing, my dear," Lucy said, as she carried her baby into a rocking chair where she sat down. "Now you are one, it's time for me to give you a present," Lucy said. She removed her necklace from her neck to show it to Lavinia. The baby was fascinated by the jewel that her mother was holding. "Lavinia, this necklace I am holding was given to me from my mother, who was your grandmother," Lucy explained. "She gave it to me when I was just about a year young at your age. This meant it will protect you from mean-spirited people." Lavinia clapped happily for her mother's necklace. "Now this is a perfect time for me to give you this as a birthday gift," Lucy said. With that being said, she placed the necklace around her daughter's neck. Baby Lavinia loved it and she held it close. "Happy birthday, my dear," Lucy said as she hugged her daughter close. "I would like to pass it to you for your children when you are one of them one day. This necklace will be passed on from generation to generation." "Mommy," Lavinia said. It was her first word, and because of this, her mother became ecstatic. "Oh, my dear," she cried happily. "You said your first word, Mommy. I'm so proud of you, darling." Lucy wanted to wish her husband to see her daughter and congratulate her for saying her first word. Unfortunately, he was busy being his role as king, so he decided to sing her a little song to put her daughter to sleep. As she was singing a lullaby, her daughter eventually fell asleep. 6 years later, Lavinia was 7 years old, and she was in the garden with her friends Katie, Jessica, Samantha, Katerina, Marcus, and Philip. They were all playing a game of tag, whereas Lucy and Nancy were watching them, sipping tea. "Isn't this such a lovely day, Lucy?" Nancy asked. "Oh yes, Nancy, it is really lovely," Lucy answered. All of a sudden she began to cough. "Is everything all right?" Nancy asked. "Yeah, I'm all right, just a bit of a cough," Lucy said. "There's nothing to worry about." However, she began to cough harder and harder. "Lucy!" Nancy exclaimed. Lucy began to lose color and her face fell to the ground. "Mother!" Lavinia cried. She and her friends ran to the adults. "Don't panic, children," Nancy assured them. "I just need to check her temperature." She took out her thermometer and placed it under Lucy's mouth. "Is your mom okay, Lavinia?" Katerina asked. "I don't know," Lavinia answered, "but I hope she is. If not, she might not be queen anymore," Katie said with a sneer. "That's not true," Katerina argued. "Girls just let the queen because she's sick. That doesn't mean that she won't step down," Jessica said. "I have to agree with Katie," Samantha said proudly. "See, Jess, our little sisters agree with me," Katie said. "She's always right," Samantha added. But of course, Jessica then let out an annoyed sigh before walking off. Katie and Samantha followed her and began to taunt her. "I hope your mother will be okay, Lavinia," Philip said remorsefully. "Thank you, Philip," Lavinia said. "Come on, Phil," Marcus said. We're going to be late for our sword practice. Philip said goodbye to the girls before leaving with Marcus for their sword practice. Katerina began to feel suspicious about their friends. I don't know about you, Lavinia, she said, but I have a very bad feeling about our friends. What do you mean, Katerina? Lavinia said. I mean, I've noticed that Katie and Jessica and Samantha and Marcus' behavior around us, Katerina pointed out. Yeah, Lavinia answered. One minute they were nice to us by playing a game of tag, and next they want to avoid us. That feeling Katerina went to Lavinia almost hit instantly. It looks like we need to keep an eye on them, she said. I agree, Katerina said, but all in honesty, I hope your mom is okay. I hope so too, Lavinia said.